Hey, everyone. Hello. I'll see if I can get this to show up live, and then I know I am there. It takes it a few minutes to get there. Let's see. All right, there we go. Oh, we don't need to hear myself. We'll turn that down. Yay! Okay. Move my light out of there. I hope everyone is doing good. Hello, Deb. I got to see Deb on Saturday and give her a hug, and it was awesome. It made me so happy. Hey, Kathy. Kathy, I've been praying for you. I know my heart breaks for you and the loss that you've had. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I've actually been drying my hair, y'all. I've like on a whole week and a half now, I think. I'm drying my hair, which means that it's getting long. Well, it's, I can keep it down when I dry it, but it's getting long. It's getting ready to get chopped off. It's summertime. So, all right. So real quick, we are going to go through the prize from last week. Margie, you won, and I've got your address, so I will put that in the mail to you. And the prize for next week will be a grandkid, so make sure that you comment, you share, and then I will draw a name next time to all of those that do that. The other thing I wanted to say before I put you down to the table, because I've got lots of things to show you today, is this card right here. This card is my tutorial bundle for the month of March. When you spend $50 in my online store, I will mail you a PDF that has this card as well as about 47 others. And it's a bunch of demonstrators from around the world. We put together, well, we have one lady who puts together the entire tutorial for us. She is amazing. Her name is Stephanie. And then when you purchase $50 or more from my online store, you get that entire tutorial for free. It's a Google link, so you would download it with your Google. So that is that card I've already done, and there's a video on that card too. So if you purchase and then I send you that tutorial, you actually get a, like, not everybody does a video, but I did a video. This is also my one for April. I'm going to show you that one real quick. There's a video that goes with that one as well. So let me go ahead and turn you down to the table so that we can get started with all the other fun stuff. Make sure I've got it all there, and then flip ya. All right, I think I got you. Go ahead and put that up there so I can see comments. Hello, Bernadine and Michelle. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna start doing something a little different for our Monday night classes or Monday night lives. Long time ago, I used to do it as kind of like a class, and you could purchase the make and take package. Well, we're kind of going to go back to that, and I have a host code that you use, and I will leave that up here on the screen for the time that we are putting the cards together. If you purchase using this host code, and it has to be a minimum before tax and shipping, you have to purchase from my online store, and then you get the make and take packet for free. So I'll explain that again before we close out the video, but just know that if you use this host code, you can get the make and take package for free as long as you spend $35 before tax and shipping. If you are spending $150 or more, don't use the host code. but you will still get the make and take package because you'll also get your own host rewards. And so you want to do that. And yes, make sure you give me a thumbs up. So you want to comment, share, and give me a thumbs up. Thanks, Deb. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't keep any of that straight, right? Okay, so we'll explain that again as we go through tonight, because that's going to be something new that's going to happen every week that I go live. There will be some weeks that I don't, and I'll have like an ordering special for those weeks. The next thing I want to tell you about is my hippo class. This is the hippest hippo. Say that fast 5 times, and I promise you will not say hippest. That has happened to me multiple times trying to speak about this class, but I love this class. It is so much fun, and it's cute, and anyone would love a card like this. I have packets. It will look like this because you will get the stamp set, the dies, the make and take packet, so you get 6 cards, so all the materials to make these 6 cards. Then you get a half a pack of the Dandy Designs celebration paper, this class, and then you get embellishments and ribbon. Now, this class is $45. These are what the dies look like. Let me take that out so you don't have a glare. It has the little tub, it has the little boat. It's a really cute die set. The umbrella, sunglasses, snorkeling gear, all that fun stuff. Class is $45. Now, when I say that, it also includes the shipping for your class. But your stamp set, your dies, and the paper were all celebration items. So you're really getting that for free. So it's a value of over $100 for only $45. I want to say I've got 9 left. So if you want that, I do have a link that you can go to. I meant to put it in the description, but I will go back afterwards and put that there so that you can purchase this class. And it'll take you right to the registration link. These are all celebration items, so it will ship out to you pretty quickly. It's within 10 days at least, so just make sure that if you have any questions, let me know. The next thing is, this is my club class. Club is a monthly class that is completely to go, just like the hippo one. You make the cards at your own pace. You get all the supplies sent to you. Club includes a half a pack of the By the Bay 6x6 DSP, a full pack of the flat adhesive back pearls. You get a full pack of the linen thread, and you get a full pack of the Night of Navy ribbon, border ribbon. Then you get the full make and take packet in order to create these projects. Now, in saying that, if you want to add on the bundle, you can do that, and the cost is $54. So you'll get the bundle pricing, and then I pay the tax and the shipping. So you would get all of this for $39, which is about $25 worth of actual products. And then you can add this on for $54. It's a great deal. I also used this Very Best Occasions for a couple of the sentiments. You can use your own sentiments if you don't want to use what's in the Seaside Bay, or you can purchase that one as well. So you have lots of different options there. But any of the DSP, you would cut yourself. But if you have like a label die like this, I would cut that out for you, and then you would just stamp on it. If you have questions, let me know. You can purchase this by using the link in the description of this video. And you can find the blog post for today's class. You can find that over on my website, which is in the description of this video as well. So if you don't purchase from me, you still kind of get a free tutorial because all the measurements are there. Just makes it fun that you get a make and take packet in the mail when you use the host code. Okay, so tonight we are going to use Tropical Leaf. This is a bundle from an online exclusive. I am in love with this bundle. It really, like, honestly, y'all, it has been cold here. And I was at the farmer's market, the state, South Carolina State Farmer's Market, this past weekend with Michelle. And it was cold and it was windy. And I'm telling you what, this made me feel like I was sitting on a beach somewhere while I was playing with it. It had me dreaming of a hammock beside the water with sunshine because I was so cold all weekend. But this is an online exclusive bundle that you can only get online. It will not be in a catalog. So if you are interested in this, you probably want to get it quicker rather than later, because the online exclusives have been going to non-orderable status because they've been so popular. Another thing we're going to use today is my favorite thing that is in the online exclusives. This actually makes me sad that it's not in a catalog, because it was Deb. It was. Deb came to see us, and yes, she can agree of how cold it was. The Radiating Stitches dies, I have to say, are the absolute favorite of any of the online exclusives right now. The dies, just the hearts, it's like a sunburst and it's radiating just like the name is, and it really makes it fun. We're going to use these on 2 of the projects tonight, which I'm super excited about. Okay, so let's dive in. I've done some of the die cutting, but because we're really doing this as a class now, I'm going to do a little bit more of the cutting and all of that on the actual videos. Okay, so we've got our card base here. We're going to go ahead and fold that in half. And for some reason, when I was doing this card, it's like I was probably still stuck in St. Patty's Day mode, because I went with the green and the yellow, which is kind of like gold, right? Okay, we're going to take and put this on the, nope, we're not going to take and put that one. We're going to take and put this one right here. I picked some large pieces of cardstock there. I need one for the inside. And then this is for our stamping. I'm also going to pull in my piercing mat because these are photopolymer stamps, and so we want a little bit of extra cushion underneath. All right, so we're going to use Shaded Spruce, and we're going to go ahead and stamp all of our palms. We're going to stamp a 1, and one of them, it is a very solid stamp. So a 1, I actually stamped it twice to kind of give it an extra, let's see if I can line it up being on video. There we go. So it makes it a little darker. So I liked that. And then we will stamp this one. I think my ink pad needs some more ink on it. We'll stamp that one there. I might go over these one more time. I really think that my ink pad needs more ink on it. Oh, let's try that one more time. There we go. Make sure I don't have a big blob somewhere. Okay. Pretty good. All right, there we go. So we're going to set, oh, you know what? I need to do it one more time on our inside piece, because you want the inside to be pretty too. All right, so we will stamp that once, and we're going to stamp right on over it again. And when I get off of here, I'm going to re-ink my ink pad. You know, it looks juicy, but apparently it's not very juicy. There we go. Okay, So there's our inside. We're going to set that up there because we will use that again. And we're going to take this, wrong card, we're going to take this and attach it to the inside of our card base. So has everyone had a good Monday so far? Mine has been, thankfully, very uneventful. I even came home and got a few things done on the computer before I even went live, which is pretty impressive because that never happens. All right, we're going to go ahead and punch these out. And it lines up really easy and punches out really easy. I love dies, but man, I love a punch too, which is why I decided to start with this one. Okay, we're going to keep this because I need to stamp my sentiment as well. And with the sentiment, we're just going to stamp it right here along the bottom. And for the sentiment, I used something fancy, which I haven't used very much. And I don't know why, because these are some of the prettiest sentiments that I have seen Stampin' Up! Come out with. It also has a very good die set that goes with it, but the happy birthday, and it has the with the deepest sympathy, which is good because we don't have very many stamps that have that. But I also like the birthday one. It says, "I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration." That is always fun, right? Stretch it out. Mine got stretched out from a Friday to a Monday, and that was really nice. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp down here since I got ink all over me. Okay. We're just going to wipe that, which means I'm probably going to have ink on every project now. That's okay. All right, we're going to bring out my little small trimmer. If I can find it. It's on my cart somewhere here. And we're just going to trim it. I do want to make sure that this is straight before there we go. And then we're going to take and cut it to be small. So there we go. There's our little happy birthday. All right, now we need to do one more part, and that is our front, if you see the background. We're going to take our Stamparatus, which, thanks, Sharon. Thank you. So this is our Stamparatus. I absolutely love our Stamparatus. We're going to use the Rays of Light. We're going to use some So Saffron, which I don't use very often either. We're going to ink it up first. Ink it up really good. If you don't have a Stamparatus, you have to have one. These are like the best out there, in my opinion, because it has plates that you can remove. And so you also get a plate here, and then you get this plate. So you technically have 4 sides to a plate. Okay, so I've stamped it off. Now I'm going to take my cardstock, and I want this circle because it's white. I want it down as far as I can get it to this corner. So I'm going to put this right here, and then I'm going to flip over on top. And then this is a little Chucky is what it's called. Not the Scary Movie. Hey, Margie. Hey, Margie, you actually won our prize from last week. So I will get that in the mail to you probably tomorrow, if not the next day. But this Chucky I just got right off of Amazon, and it just helps to put pressure onto the stamp so that it gets it all on there like that. And I'm good with the little extras because that just gives the card texture. Apparently I didn't rub it very well the first time. So I'm just going to set that aside. And now we have our background piece. And we are going to lay out our palms. All right, so we're just going to take some of our adhesive. Thank you. I was saying this when I started it. I really was apparently still stuck on St. Patty's Day with the colors. All right, so now we're going to stick this one right here. We're going to take this one and pop it up with some dimensionals. We're going to put 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to stick this one right about here. Okay, now I already did this. I cut out the heart that is from the radiating dies or stitches. So that's this one right here. We're going to flip it over. We're going to put adhesive on this side, just our regular seal. This is Seal Plus. And then we're going to take a dimensional. We're going to put it on this side. We're going to put half of the heart on and half of the heart off. So just like that. We're going to take some linen thread. Y'all know my favorite. And with the catalog retiring, y'all need to pray real hard that they don't get rid of linen thread. And maybe pray real hard that they come out with like every color in linen thread, because boy, would that be nice. I could get behind that. All right, so we're going to tie a little bow because we don't need a big one, since everything is kind of squished together down there in that corner. So we're just going to trim off those ends like that. I'm going to put all this back in here because I'm going to need that linen thread on one more project. We're going to take a glue dot. We're going to put it on the back of our and then we're just going to stick it right here next to our heart. Okay? Now, we're going to take our happy birthday that's over here. We're going to trim up like that. And we're going to trim on this side. And then we're going to take our edge piece here and we're going to cut two little like pieces there and then 2 here. We're going to flip this over and we're going to line it up on this side and then we're going to line it up on this side. And you see that perfectly fits onto our sentiment. And you know, yeah, yes, that's right. I was going to say, wait, I think I needed to, anyway. All right, so now we're going to pop it up. So I didn't put, you'll see here, I didn't put dimensionals in the center, and that's because we want that knot to go right there. So we're going to lay this out so that knot is in between both of the dimensionals. All right, we're going to flip this over. We're going to put dimensionals on the back. Yep. 2 more. And we will stick it on the front of our card And then we just have to add our embellishments. All right, so this will go right here. Just like that. Now, I haven't used these in a while, and I have to say, these are some of my favorite. So, and I don't know why I haven't used them in a while, but I decided to pull them out since I was going for this St. Patty's Day theme with this card. And the yellow, I think the yellow matches really well. This is actually Daffodil Delight, but I think it looks really good with the So Saffron in the background. So we're gonna grab the Take Your Pick tool, and we're going to stick 5 on the card front. Okay, so that is 4, so I need 1 more. We'll do a little one and stick it right there. Okay, so there is card number 1. And I will pull all of these back out at the end so that you can see them. All right. Make sure I put them in a place where I don't like cover them up, because that's what I would do. Okay, let me move all of this extra stuff out of the way, and we will pull in card number 2. So this is card number 2. When I was thinking of this card in my head, what I was actually thinking of was a sunset. And I started playing with the dies, and what I actually was kind of thinking was that the radiating dies would be a frame. Well, they are not. They are, but they're different than the frames, the fabulous frames that we have in the catalog. When you cut it out, it actually cuts it out like this, which is different, but I thought it was really kind of cool. So then it kind of changed everything in my mind, but my thought for the colors was a sunset. And these, I think, make a great sunset, especially at summer on the beach, right? So that is what we're going to do. And I'm going to cut out this piece for you so that you can see exactly how to do it. And then you just repeat it with the pumpkin pie. And then for the mango melody, you would just cut out the outside, the outline of it. If you are purchasing from my online store to get the make and take package, I will already have all of these cut for you exactly how they need to be. So don't worry about that. Okay, I've already cut out, and we're going to use Very Vanilla. I haven't used Very Vanilla in a really long time. So when I was kind of putting all the colors together, I thought Very Vanilla was a good, it's not stark white, so it doesn't take away from the actual colors. So let me pull in the cut and emboss machine. We're going to move all that over. And we're going to pull the big one in because this one's going to require the big one. Y'all, I got new plates. Well, I've had new plates, but I finally switched them out. You know, I use my plates until they crack. And the other one was cracked. So I finally pulled out new plates. But look how much I've already used them in a week. I was cutting a whole bunch of classes. So, all right. So we are going to lay that one there. We're going to take the middle size one, and we're going to put it into the middle. And you can cut both of these at the same time. We're going to line it up, and then we're going to put tape on it. Make sure we don't move it like I just did. All right, so now we will take this and run it through. The crackling is just fine. Thanks, ladies. And then we will, so now I have this piece that I can use at a later date, which is great. You can get a lot of cards out of this. All right, and then we've got that piece, which we can throw away because it's not enough to do anything with. And then here is the frame we're going to use. All right. I'm going to put these back over here because we are done with those now. All right, we're going to fold our card base in half. And we are going to actually take a piece of cardstock here. That's white. Let me grab a very vanilla one. And we're going to adhere this down. Now, it's too long here, so I do need to trim that. So I'm going to grab my little cutter and I'm going to cut that down. I'm going to cut down a little bit on this side too. All right, so we want to put this here and make sure that it completely covers, and it does. So now we're going to take, and we're going to use liquid glue. Y'all know my favorite. See if I can grab it though. And we're just going to run along. I might have to get a new one. Oh, there it goes. All right, so I'm going to get a little bit of that off. We're just going to go around the outside of it. And you don't want it to squish through because these are stitching marks here. So there's no paper right there. So you want to make sure that you don't put so much glue on it that it runs, that it comes out there. All right, so I'm going to take that there. And we're just going to kind of pull that in so that it doesn't squeeze out. And we're going to cover the whole piece, so it's not going to matter. All right, so, and I'm not necessarily worried about the page on the back being perfect. One good thing about liquid glue is it will dry clear, but you can see it kind of smashed through there just because that was the part that was heavy-handed. Okay, so now we're going to take our next piece. And we're going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back. You could even do dots if you wanted to, so that it's not real heavy-handed. You can pull in some tweezers if you want to for this one. All right, so then we're just going to set that right inside. You are going to have a little bit showing, a little bit of like the very, very vanilla that's going to show, but it's not going to make a difference when you start putting everything on it. All right, this one we're just going to put liquid glue all over the back. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome. I am glad you are here. All right, so then we'll just stick that one right down there in the middle, just like that. Now we are going to take and pop this up, and we're going to put it on our card front. Because, you know, everything has to be popped up, right? And one more right there. My finger is sticky now, so it's taking it a second to pull off, hence why I don't like liquid glue, because I end up wearing it. Okay, so then we're just going to stick this down wherever it looks even. Ta-da! Okay, next thing we want to do is we're going to stamp our palm and we're going to stamp our sentiment. We're going to clean, though, our little piece, our stamp there. Get that shaded spruce off. That sound sometimes drives me crazy. All right, let me make sure I get all that off. Sometimes shaded spruce is a little bit like real red, and it likes to get all over you. Okay, we're going to use Old Olive. And again, I'm going to pull in my piercing mat just to make sure. Hey, Linda. Oh, yeah, blues and greens could, yeah. I can't wait to show you the next card. The next card is probably my favorite, for sure. All right, so we've got Old Olive. We're going to stamp that down. We're going to punch it out. Oop. And then let's grab our, oh, I didn't mean to put that away. We're going to grab our sentiment, which is thanks so much. I like the font in this as well. We're going to stamp it further toward the right, and you'll see why in just a few minutes. All right. The Old Olive on Very Vanilla almost looks like Granny Apple Green, in my opinion. All right, let's put that away. We're going to pull in our card base here. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick here. I wanted to make a tail. I've been into this thing where, you know, I put the ribbon and then I tie the bow around it. Well, it wasn't really going to work for this, so I'm going to show you how I kind of did the whole ordeal. Okay, we're going to cut. We're going to cut it like this so that our tails are going in the large point is there, and we're going to stick it here. Now, that's a little too... That's not enough to wrap the ribbon around and make it all stay, like it kept coming off the back when I did that. So I'm going to pop this up just like this. And then I'm just going to tie a bow and put it on top. And it still gives it the look that I wanted. I think it turned out well. I'm going to put the dimensional over that to keep the ribbon. And I wish I had, I think I've got, oh, I know what I can show you. I can show you what I was trying to go for. I was trying to go for this, where you got the two tails there and then you tie around it and it kind of bunches it up there. That's what I was kind of going for, but I just didn't have enough to do that without wrapping it around, and I didn't want to wrap it around. I hope that now makes sense. Oh, sometimes, y'all. Sometimes I know. Okay, so I'm going to stick this right about here. And we can always trim down those tails a little bit too if we need to. All right, we're going to put adhesive on this side. And then we're going to put two dimensionals over here. And then we're going to stick it right there. Okay. We're going to trim this down just a touch, just this one, like that. Perfect. Then we're going to take some twine, and this is pumpkin pie twine. So it's going to match our middle piece there. I think it helps to bring it out a little bit because there's a lot of Cajun Craze and a lot of Mango Melody. All right. We'll trim off the tails like that. We will grab a glue dot. I might have trimmed those tails just too much. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to stick it right here at the end over the ribbon. And that is how I figured out to make it work. It's still not exactly perfect, but I think it ended up turning out better than I could have imagined. That's for sure. Okay, y'all, I forgot to share to Facebook, so hold on 2 seconds. Let me do that. I have a problem remembering to share to Facebook. Oh, I don't know why. So pause for just a minute. Well, it's not gonna let me. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's all right. Okay. Last but not least, let's add on these are the champagne rhinestones, which we've had these for a while. I think 2 or 3 years now. So we're just going to add a bunch. There are 3 sizes to it. There's a whole lot of little ones, and then you get medium size and then large as well. All right, so let's put one here. And then we'll add another little one right over there. Okay. All right, so that is card number 2. And we have one more to go. And this last one is my favorite. It is definitely my favorite. Hold on, let me see if I can get this in. There we go. And clean this one out. All right. Okay, so this is our last one. Isn't it fantastic? This really had me dreaming of a beach. I am absolutely in love with this card. Let me grab all the stuff for it. Let me put that pin over there. There are a lot of dies that we use with this one. I know, I do like these colors, yes. The colors of the last one, I think that's what you're talking about, yes. I do. I will say I love Cajun Craze, and I do not want them to get rid of that because it is the perfect fall color. But, you know, that would be my luck. But you know what? We'll adjust. We will adjust. We'll adjust to what is new, and we will adjust to what Stampin' Up! Does. And, you know, we all manage, don't we? That we do. All right, so let's start out with our card base here. We're going to fold it in half. This one definitely gives me the island vibes, for sure. Okay, we're going to do some die cutting. And I'm going to pull in the machine to do that because I want to show you what I did to cut these out. So I'm using On the Farm, and they have a little rolly hill. So that's what we're going to use. And we're going to pull in the big machine just because it's right here next to me. Okay. We are going to put this piece on, and I want this to go like this. I want that one to be up, and it's not going to go all the way to the end, but that's okay because we don't need it to. We just need that piece. All right. So we're going to set this one aside. Then we're going to bring in our crumb cake. And we want our crumb cake to be taller on this end. So we're going to kind of go like that. And again, it's okay if it doesn't go all the way to the end. That is completely fine. Yes, Sharon, it certainly is. All right. We've got that now. And I've already cut out the other pieces for us, so that y'all don't have to watch all that. But I wanted you to see this part. The sentiment, just so you kind of know what I used, the sentiment is using the All That dies. We have to fussy cut out the, the palm. And let's see, I used the Stylish Shapes. Where are they? Here we go. I used the Stylish Shapes. I used the largest one for that, for the sun in the background. And then I used the palm dies to cut out the large palm tree. So it is a lot of dies, but I promise it is, it's not too bad. Okay, we are going to cut straight up, just like that. So now we don't need that piece. We're going to do the same to this. Oh, this paper, by the way, is the Hostess right now. It's the Flowers and More, which has some really pretty patterns in it. I've used a whole lot of it, can't you tell? Okay, so let's start building. And how we're going to build, let's see if I can say that not very country-like. So we're going to put our crumb cake right here. And we're going to put our sun behind. Now, in this one, I feel like I put it a little too low, so I'm going to pick it up just a little bit so that it's not down as far. So that when we put our palm tree on, the palm tree is not like towering over, okay? But you can obviously, if you get the make and take package, you obviously do whatever it is that you want to do. We are going to take and put adhesive. We're going to use liquid glue. Oh, and I'm going to pull in my silicone mat, because if I get liquid glue further than that, I don't want it to stick to my table. So this will help keep it from sticking. All right, so we're going to line it up with that bottom edge. Okay. This is going to go on this side of it, like that. And I probably made that a little too high, but that's okay. It's not going to matter once we put our leaf and everything on. So we're going to come this way. We're going to line that up at the bottom down there. All right. Then we're going to take our little trimmer and we're going to trim off the edges. And before that crumb cake really dries, we're going to stick our sun up underneath it. Which again, that's another reason why I use liquid glue. So we're going to do our orange sun. And we're going to stick that right up underneath. We're just going to push it down. Maybe I waited too long. That's okay. All right, so we're going to pick that up just a little bit. There we go. All right, we'll get that back down. Now we are going to take our palm tree and we want to put that down. I put adhesive sheets on the back. If you get the Make and Take packet, I will put the adhesive sheet on the back for you. So you do not have to use liquid glue to adhere it. Then we're going to stick this right here. I want it toward the bottom. I think I like that a whole lot better with it way up high like that. Okay, now we're going to stamp our, we can move our silicone mat now. We're going to stamp our little palm using Granny Apple Green. Right there. And then let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Using Early Espresso. I always try to put an X in there, but it's not. It's espresso. I don't drink coffee, so I don't have to say it very often. All right. We are going to fussy cut out our little palm here. And I'm just going to cut off. And it's going to be quick and easy. I'm not going down into the crevices. I'm just basically cutting in a circle around it. And the reason I don't think it matters with the little extra in there. If you are funny about the little divots, you can certainly cut those out. All right, so there we go. Not very painful. We are going to take and pop up our sentiment. And then we are going to pop up, we'll stick that right there. Then we will pop up our palm. Let's put a little bit of glue right here of our seal, if I can get my hand on it. And I'm just doing that so that it will attach to the sentiment. And I put it on the right side. Okay. All right, so it will go right there. And right there. Then we will take our linen thread again. And we will tie a bow. And then trim off your tails. Grab a glue dot, and we're going to roll that glue dot into a ball. We're going to stick it right here at the bottom, and we're going to put it that way so it doesn't cover up our sentiment. Flip this over, add dimensionals. Let's cut we're going to cut our edges because we want to use those too. And we will put this on our card base, and then card number 3 is done. And that's not too shabby, right at 55 minutes for YouTube Live. Let's see if I can get this on here. All right, so there we go. And I didn't add any embellishments to this one. You could if you wanted to. I think some like what are they called? Basic jewels. Those would be just fine. Those would add a little sparkle to it. So you could definitely do that. You could also add some Wink of Stella to it if you wanted to as well. All right, let me grab all of the cards. I'm gonna put all this stuff up real quick so I can pull them in. I have some room. You'll know it's a disaster by the time I get done. Okay. All right, so there is card 1, or technically card 3. Card 2, and then card 1. All right. Again, don't forget, if you use the host code and you spend at least $35 before tax and shipping, you will get the make and take packet for these kits. So for example, with this one, you will get, I can't do any stamping. So you would have to have your own background stamp. You could use anything. You could even just take a Stampin' Right marker and create a sunshine burst with your Stampin' Right markers. There's all different ways you could do that, but I can't stamp it. So you would just get the paper. I can die cut the heart for you though, so you would get that. And then for this, I would cut all the layers there for you, as well as your label there. And then here I would cut your die. I would cut both of these pieces for you. And of course that label, and then your palm. So you get it. Really the only thing you have to have is you would just have to have the stamp set or something that is similar to it. You don't even have to have the exact one. So 3 is your favorite. Okay, so apparently that is the that is the consensus, that one is the favorite. I think I've made a card similar to it before, which is probably why I thought of it, but I couldn't find the card that I made, and I know I've made a card very similar to this before. So, all right, ladies, thanks again. Don't forget about Club. Club is $39. Last day to register for that is April the 15th, so you do have some time, but you'll get make and take packet to create those cards, as well as paper, embellishments, ribbon, all of that. There is a link in the description of my video that can send you to all the information for that. And then don't forget about the hippo class. I'll pull that right back out too. Hold on 2 seconds. I covered everything up. And then don't forget about the hippo class. And that is these cards right here. I have lots of classes going on right now. I am trying to clean out the craft room. So I have a couple more things coming too in the next month. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. There is a blog post. You can go check that out on the website. And don't forget, let's see, next Monday will still be March. So I will see you guys next Monday. Oh, yes. Thank you, Deb. I will be at another show this coming weekend. And guess what, y'all? I convinced Ben to go with me. So we're going to see how that goes. He's usually a good sport. He's done 2 others with me. So he's my backbone. He helps me unload and load everything up, but he's going to actually go to the show with me this time. So I'm super excited about that. But anyway, all right, guys, have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys later. Bye.